There's milk. Chapter 1. Tromsø, late July. Land as mighty as a cathedral. Anders Sterdal bellows to the boy pouring beer behind the bar. Glaciers with a yawn to swallow you whole. Fjords so vast. The lad shifts his weight, stifles a yawn. Anders imagines the boy counting down the days until the new season takes this bar full of trappers and their endless stories away with it. I tell you this, boy. Anders leans in, determined to resurrect himself. Up there in the north, you do not count on God. My word, you do not. A man who stays alive, stays living, thanks only to himself. The boy gives a perfunctory nod, holds the glass aloft, beer foam sliding to the floor. Anders fishes in his pocket and pushes a handful of øre across the counter. Away with the coins goes the lad, dragging his useless leg. Pitiful to be struck down that young. Pity all round. A trapper without his rifle is a man lost, they say. Said someone, whoever that might be. Anders slugs the blonding without tasting it. His quench for all the things he'd craved in the north grown stale. In his mind's eye is a simple hut of bleached driftwood, clouds pressed upon those pointed peaks from which Spitsbergen takes its name. He looks about the bar of Mac Ølhallen, with its stained walls and ceiling yellowed with tobacco. The air choke of smoke, and a throng of voices that has him beg for solitude. The cry of eiders arcing overhead. Time, Anders. Time to be gone. Anders Sterdal has downed a skinful to match every other trapper at Mac's beer hall. The yabbering and skitting rise to a pitch to make you think they've all amassed their fortunes this winter gone. Unless you're Henry Rudy, seated quietly in his corner. The canny old trapper who holds the touch of magic when it comes to hunting bear or fox, any creature with a pelt worth flensing. For the rest in this place, the truth falls dismally short. Some years the pelts pay well enough. Other years a trapper like Anders makes scant more than to settle last season's loan, secure the one ahead and live high as a king in the weeks between. Ah, but life is short, is it not? The promise of the future sweet as cloudberry, he'd said once too often to the wife when he came home buoyed up with tales of daring and adventure and little else to show. Her glower fierce as storm, a woman turned frigid as a winter blizzard. Out on your ear, Sterdal. Out on your arse, boy, and a long time coming. Anders downs the dregs and sets down the glass. He pulls his cap from his pocket and punches it into shape. The north frees a man. No time for maudlin thoughts. Loneliness never. No other life comes close. He moves in the direction of the doorway. These last weeks, every prospect who has frequented Mac's, the place to find a partner, a man fit for the Arctic who works hard and keeps his wits about him, who doesn't drive you mad with mindless chatter or moody temperament, is spoken for. The rest in this room, drunkards, layabouts, or off to the boats to stake their chances on the herring. The bar is several steps below street level. The lintel above the stoop was never built for men of height, though Anders has ducked through it unscathed 100 times. But now, up on the street, he spies a woman in a uniform and cap, resting on the bonnet of a taxi, arms folded, ankles crisscrossed, as slender as a set of ski poles. As if this whole damn town is hers for the taking. Anders feels the onset of a grin. Smack, against the lintel. He checks his forehead for blood, rubs at his skin, pain dazzling his vision as he collects his fallen cap. He staggers up the steps to the night air beyond. Are you all right? Calls the woman. Though now he sees two of her wincing at his mishap, 2 pairs of pins sliding from the bonnet of the car. All right, he says, determined not to pass out. Never better, my sweet. Other nights, he walks the distance through town to his lodgings. Tonight, he is too sauced with beer and battered into silliness. Where do you intend to take me in that fine machine of yours? Where would the gentleman like to go? Says she. Does he detect a flirty glint?